Okay, so we've just landed on the shores of the blue player, whose main hero is definitely scarier than ours, has 5 to 9 gold dragons, but they're not actually here right now, and I don't actually know where they are. So we have a great opportunity to take their main town from them, not only for whatever buildings it has, but in particular for the capital, which will save us the need to build that in our main town. There are some defenders in there, so it's not completely free, but strongest defenders appear to be Dendroid soldiers and just basic unicorns, so we should be good to go for this. Yep, so not too many losses expected. We're going to do this ourselves though, because we should be able to reduce those losses using clone. Okay, so as expected, the towers do go for the pirates. We're going to start by just waiting. We will go for this attack. And wait with these two. We'll shoot the elves. The elves do go for the pirates, which is fine. Dendroids come forward. Okay, now it's time to go forward, so we have to decide, do we go for haste, which would get these in, or do we go for clone instead, just wait for the clone. So these guys are about to move next, so we can't really go too far forward. I think we just go to here. Those guys come out. Okay, so this stack we're going to go ahead and clone, since it is our power stack, and let's focus on going for the strongest stacks we can. So we're going to go for... Let's just check if these can't reach us. I think we should be safe. We'll go for these. Do get lucky, but the luck is not needed. Then we're going to send these forward after the elves, and these... Since they will be killed immediately by the towers at the start of next round, doesn't really matter too much what we do with them. I think we send them across to this. Kill those off, and then this stack is also free, so we could go for the Pegasi, who are going to get to move pretty soon next round, but we could probably kill those off with our genies. Although, the genies are going to be better off against the unicorns. So with that being the case, I think we use the angels, which are our weakest stack, to finish those off. Towers do take out the clones, which is what we expected, and next round begins. Genies should move next, and we shouldn't need to use any more spell points. Oh, I forgot about the dwarves. Oh, that's annoying. So I could maybe send the vampires in, but don't think that accomplishes too much. I'll have to haste them. Okay, so we're going to take a round of shots from the towers, but hopefully that just kills off the remainder of the pirates, which wouldn't be too bad. Okay, we're going to go in. And we'll shoot. So we haven't cast anything this round, but I'm not sure if we necessarily need to. We could go for Magic Arrow, which does do quite a lot, but... I mean, I guess we might as well, because I'm planning to stay in the town. Okay, so we do lose a vampire to the towers, so that kind of sucks, but never mind. Kill those off, and we can ignore the Master Genie losses because they're not real, so we've just lost a couple of vampires instead of a couple of Master Genies, which I think is a good trade, and the same number of pirates. Okay, so we'll go for advanced logistics, and we'll get ourselves into the town. And they clearly didn't get the gold dragons from this town, because there are no dragon cliffs. So I'm not sure where they got them. It's possible they got them from a prison, like we did. Obviously we got our Master Genies instead of Gold Dragons, but it's kind of a comparably powerful stack. But the alternative is they got it through diplomacy, which is kind of scary. Still, I think for this round, we don't need to upgrade any of this stuff, since there are no units available in the town, unfortunately. So I think we go for Mage Guild level 2. We'll get our spell points back, and we'll get these extra spells. So we've got Ice Bolt, which is good. Do of course have expert water magic, so it's going to have a bit of a power spike. Research is underway. Current spell is protection from water. Okay, kind of surprised the AI decided to do that. Okay, so these are 11 speed, these are 12 speed, so we're going to stick with just the angels. There is a chance someone comes to attack us, but who would really do that? We do have green to the south, but they're a long way off, and I'm pretty sure that's their main. Yeah, Kasmitra, I'm pretty sure that's going to be Kasmitra. And Christian's clearly not strong enough. Blue's main hero, which is Adelaide, we've already seen sail off. So I think that should be fine. We can't actually reach the witch hut, which I'm pretty sure is going to teach navigation. Okay, so let's just go back to this town, and what I'm planning to do here is a little bit complicated, but I think it's the right thing to do. We're going to try and get ourselves to just 18 vampire lords. So we pick up 4 vampires from here, then we can't quite get back, and this plan is immediately flawed because if I stop where the game wants me to stop, I'm going to block myself from getting through. So I'm going to have to wait here instead. Okay, so Cassiopeia is going to go for the 4 vampires just here. We pick those up, we'll go through and pick up the other 4. And then how far can we go? That's a bit more like it. Okay, so Coronius is going to pick those up. Then we go into the town. We're going to upgrade those to Vampire Lords. And we're going to pick up 10 more Vampire Lords. And that should be enough just to finish off a fairly small group of Evil Eyes. We could pick up some more units too, but we're not far off affording the upgraded Dragon Vault. So I think there's an argument for leaving the Bone Dragons here. I guess if we go for the Black Knights, we're probably not going to lose those. They are pretty tanky. So we'll get those 2. Then we'll see how close we can go. So, fairly close. Okay, so we bring Sulma up. We're going to take the Vampire Lords, we're going to take these, we're going to pass these across. Then we're going to go for this pretty easy fight against the Evil Eyes. So they don't actually want to fight us, but I think we should be so likely to avoid losses that we should just go for it. So that's 300 extra XP. Okay, so Ring of Conjuring makes our spellcasting slightly better. Okay, so there's not too much we can do here, we've already got shield. So I think we go to this, and we just start moving towards the town. Just to remind myself, we actually do not have navigation, so I think going to navigation next does make sense. And we do have the option of recruiting Andor, but I think for that, we can move further now if we want to. I mean, whatever, doesn't really matter. I think for that, we want to recruit Andor in this town instead, which I'm hoping is going to stay undefended. Pretty sure it can't reinforce until the end of the week, or the end of the month, possibly. So we should be okay. Alright, we're going to end the turn there. Hopefully no one shows up, so that's Blue Scout, and... okay, wow. Well, that was a Cove hero, so it's not Adelaide. Okay, Green breaks through there, and takes the Sea Captain's hat, which is unfortunate because that's an extremely valuable artifact. And wow, okay. So she's got over 100 crewmates. A big stack of Ice Elementals, which I'm guessing she got through diplomacy. Also some Cyclops, which I guess came from the Wolf Raider picket. But yeah, she's actually pretty scary. Let's go to Torosar first. And let's go ahead and take this town. So yeah, it's undefended, we walk in, we can see there is actually already a mage guild. So we get ourselves a few extra spells. Okay, so we can go for the town hall, we can go for... well, the fort's too expensive, so I don't think we go for that. We're going to go for Andor for the +1 crystal. It does come with a few extra units too. Okay, so we buy Andor, we're going to send Torosar back out first, just to pick some things up. Let's see what this is. So that is also navigation. Okay, so the Buckler of the Null King. I think we actually want to pass all of these artifacts across because Andor is more likely to be kept long term. So yeah, we're just going to pass everything across. And let's just go pick up some resources and do some scouting. So I'll go for this next. Have to be a bit careful because there is a hero in this area of the map, but Swarm of Earth Elementals should keep us safe. Okay, we're going to go for basic offense because there is a chance we end up using this hero. In this town, I think we just go for the town hall. And could pick up some archers. I've been kind of studying this a bit, and there is a hill fort just there, which is pretty weakly guarded. Also, we do want to open this up because we've already established wood is incredibly important in this map. Ore is also very important, but both are just guarded by some imps. So that's the obvious direction to go in, I think. Okay, before we decide what to do, let's go back to this. So we can afford to go for Mage Guild level 3, but level 3 is typically not particularly important mage guild. Let's look at this big threat. Okay, so it's Manfred, and the obvious standout there is 1 to 4 archangels. So that is legitimately really scary. Do they have another town? No, so 0 towns. We're actually in the lead for towns, but probably not for much else. Okay, so I think we want Solmir back in the town. We're going to move the rest of our heroes just to safety. Let's go to Coronius, and let's get the whites back. Okay, so we do have enough movement points to visit the well, I think. I would like to go for navigation, but I think we go for this first. Okay, we go for that, we come back to the base, we recruit the Bone Dragons, although before we do that, we definitely want Ghost Dragons. So 3 Ghost Dragons are not going to hold out very well against 4 Archangels, but I'm hoping with the help of our spellcasting and the rest of these units, we might be okay. We have actually spent too much gold, so we have to find another source of gold if we can. Okay, so I think Andor has to go out. I did want to get the archers. There is some gold we can pick up, so maybe we do that first and come back. The rest of these heroes don't really have too much they can pick up. So yeah, it's got to be Andor, I think. We're going to go to this. Pick up the gold. We can also pick up the inexhaustible cart of ore. And that's about as far as we can go. Basic water magic, we'll just say yes. Okay, so not a lot to spend. I think we skip... Well, we could go for the power liches, but the power liches don't really help us too much against the archangels. These things could work as a meat shield. We keep those as a meat shield, and the castle could help finish off the angels. Chance of this guy having expert ballistics, very low. So yeah, I'm going to go for these, just as a kind of meat shield. Then the rest of our heroes, I think, just get them as far away as we can. We do have some more units we can pass over. Okay, so which stacks do we want? So 3 Stormbirds, definitely not. I think she does have the best units, so it's got to be, I think, the Nymphs. Pass those across. And there's room for 1 more stack. However, there is an argument for just going for 3 separate stacks of Ghost Dragons, and the reason for that is we have triple the chance of inflicting aging, which is going to drop the hit points of the Archangels in half. So that's going to be really good if we can pull that off. Problem is, the first Ghost Dragon to go in has to take the full retaliation. So we want to ideally kill one off when we go for that first attack. Otherwise, we need a different stack to absorb the retaliation, which probably would need to be the Nymphs. But then I think there's an argument after that we split the Ghost Dragons, although I don't think it makes much difference. I think it's kind of overthinking it, so I think we'll just leave that there. We're going to move this hero to safety. And Coronius just goes in this direction too. We could all get trapped here, but don't really have much of a choice. Linus is going to go in this direction instead. Okay, so is it worth putting these stacks in the base? I think it's not, because we want to keep the 1 stack. Let's just check the alignment a bit more. I think we want the zombies in the middle. Or the Walking Dead even. That's just so that they can absorb the retail potentially, if we need them to. Okay, so going back to Eovacius, being a bit less panicked and a bit more organised. So we have a bit of a choice here. If we go to the west, there's an Ivory Tower. And I did have to look this up. The Ivory Tower gives us 3 enchanters, as long as we can take out a batch of Archmagi. So that's reasonably doable. This is also very important because we do want navigation. And the Dragon Cliffs, again, very important because we can get a bit of a power stack of Green Dragons. Green Dragons are not immune to clone. So, at least in the kind of short and medium term, if we were to go for the Dragon Cliffs in this town, we could get a pretty good stack of Green Dragons and start cloning them However, I think what we actually need to do is we need to ignore all of that, and we need to kind of beeline towards this prison, especially because green is quite scary. So we've already kind of established, I hope, that prisons tend to come with free units, which is kind of more important than the hero. So we're going to go straight towards that. The guard is just lots of air elementals, so that should be fine. We go for this. There's also a horde of Medusa Queens guarding a gold pile there, which we could also go for. Okay, we're going to push west. Okay, lots of air elementals. I think we want to split these up. And let's go for this. They're going to try and run off. I think we do take this fight. No losses expected. That's perfect. We go to the prison. The prison is revealed to be Jeremy, who does come with his cannon, and also comes with 15 Nyx warriors, upgraded Nyx warriors. So yeah, imagine if green got there first, and this is all we had to take them on. That would have been bad. Okay, so Bow of Elven Cherrywood is an extra 5% to our archery skill. We do have archery, we have offense and artillery. So I think we should hang on to the cannon. Even though I'm not sure we're going to use Jeremy, I think that does make sense. Okay, we're going to pass one vampire across. Bring these together. Pass the Nyx across. Split these up a bit more again. And I think we open this up. So no losses expected. We start moving east again. We have blocked Jeremy off, but never mind. 6,500 gold. So definitely the right thing to go for. Okay, so we do now have more gold that we can invest in this town if we want to. And I think, yeah, Power Liches obviously makes sense. We'll go like this instead. We could go for 60 skeletons, 55 skeletons, or 42 nymphs. Doesn't really matter. Okay, well I think there's not a lot else we could do. We could build a building in this town, and I think Dendroid saplings we definitely want to go for at some point. Just to help us defend the town. And that appears to be as much as we can do. We could maybe hire another hero if we wanted to, but we don't really have many marketplaces. So we end the turn there. Blue does come to attack us, and we can see there is only one Archangel, and the losses there look completely fine, but we're still going to try and do this ourselves just to see if we can do something a bit better. Arrow Tower does tons of damage. He is Defiable Specialist, so I guess most of those losses are unavoidable. However, we are the Chain Lightning Specialist, and this looks very good to go for. I don't want the Catapult absorbing some of the hits, so I'm just going to go in this direction. And if we were to go for this, we will kill them off. But let's hold back for now. So there is a chance we could go for these two stacks, so we're going to wait. This one too. And with this, I'm going to go for the hit on these two stacks. Okay, so those come forward. These things have 41 hit points left, so I think we can probably leave those to the whites. No, we can't. Okay. Never mind. Okay, let the rest come forward. If we actually go for it with a Walking Dead, surprisingly strong. They do finish them off. Then these are just going to defend. These can't really do anything. I guess we go forward. These are guaranteed to get 2 kills. And we'll go for the goblins with these. Then we finish these off. We don't give them a chance to cast another spell. The losses are not bad. Helm of Chaos, Expert Sorcery, and that's one threat gone. There is tan coming towards us. And there's purple. Okay, that's a bit scarier. So Sanya's pretty screwed. Is that their strongest? No, that's not even their strongest. So Green Dragons, Battle Dwarves, 10 to 19, Dendroid Soldiers. And the thing is, Solmid's kind of running out of things to do. We've kind of explored all of this. So he either sticks around and just kind of stagnates, or we have to start going out and taking things on. I think we do wait until at least the start of next week. Maybe go for the Tomb of Souls, but still a bit short on ore and wood. Okay, let's go to Torosar first. Go to this, so we do get a bit more ore from that, so that's great. Go for this next. And we could go for some archers. He's obviously not got enough movement points to actually chain them across. But yeah, I think we want to take on these imps, we want to take on these imps too. And might as well take on the pixies. Okay, before we decide what to do with that, let's go back to Eovacius. So, because Mitra has not come towards us, we could go for the magic spring. That's going to give us a ton of spell points. But I think my fear with this fight isn't running out of spell points, it's just being outmuscled. Although with the 15 Nyx warriors, we should actually be okay. Still, I think first priority is to go for the dragons. Maybe we go here first, but no, we're going to go for the dragons. Magic Springs and Indulgence. So 3 green dragons, we take those out pretty easily. We just need to bring these together. We are going to pick this up now. Just check our morale situation. I think we really did get very lucky with the Pendant of Courage, because the extra morale is doing a lot of good for us. I have to rethink how we're doing this otherwise. Okay, so we've done that. We can go back towards the Witch Hut, and then we can go for the Ivory Tower. I think we do want to speed them up a bit, but have to be very confident no one's going to come out of the shadows to attack us. So the question is, do we move up and take the slower units, or do we go to the south just to kind of check out the situation? I think if Jeremy didn't have good stats, good artifacts, I'll be more willing to risk him. But I'm going to play it safe. I think as long as we leave Eovacius with a few units, he should be okay. So we'll leave him with these 2 stacks. Take the rest of the slower stacks off him. Go to the west. Then we go back to our scouts, so most of these scouts can't do too much. We could steal that boat. Question is, do we do it with Soulmare? I think as long as purple's still there, it's not safe. Problem is, the rest of our scouts probably can't get to the boat. Yeah, not quite. Okay, so that will cost us a turn of scouting. Pretty sure Linus can't either. No, okay. Still, I think that's the right thing to do. Cassiopeia has a few kind of weak units, which could at least help her against a scout. Let's just check her artifacts. So, no artifacts, this should be fine. So we go towards that. Still really not sure what to do with the rest of those scouts. We're going to go back to Andal. We're going to go to this. 9 archers. So 9 archers should be enough for this fight. So I'm not going to go all the way back because it's just going to use too many movement points. I do want to get this wood as quickly as possible. Okay, we'll try this. We could also go to the well, but first priority I think is to go for the wood, although we could go for this too. I'm going to go for the treasure chest, then go for this next. So some losses expected. There are unfortunately quite a few familiars. Okay, we could go for a block though. Block them with 1 stacks. Okay, so these are going to move first. They're going to go for a 1 stack, then this stack goes afterwards. They could get morale, so we should still shoot them. Spell options. There is a well nearby, so let's just go for Magic Arrow. Shoot them with these 2. And go for a kind of semi-block. Okay, so the 1 stack actually survives. These are now in range, but we should still go for these. Okay, so they get unlucky thanks to, I think, our Demon Horseshoe. Crewmates take those out. We could go for these 2, but that's not completely safe, so we're going to wait, then we're going to shoot. Then we try it. Send these in. And that is completely fine. Okay, so we take this. We're going to take this wood, and could move towards all this too, but we'd have to take on the Hellhounds at some point, so I think we go to this for now. We're going to go back to Torosar, and we'll go pick up some more units. Okay, so Coronius is at risk. We'll go for this. We could spend 10 wood to get another ship, but first let's decide what we want to build. So, Marketplace, Blacksmith, and City Hall is one option. You can see despite getting 6,500 gold, we're not exactly drowning in gold. So I think need to be a bit careful not to overindulge. Upgraded Homestead definitely we want, but we could wait till day 1 of next week. If we go for Mage Guild level 3, we can still afford to go for level 4 afterwards. So I think we do that. Then we go back to this. Upgraded Hall of Darkness is pretty expensive, and I think does put us at risk of not having enough Mercury for the Mage Guild. We'll hold back on that for now. We're going to go for the Tomb of Souls instead. Might as well pick these up. Then we just have to decide what to build in this town, so I think we might as well go towards the City Hall. That does kind of make sense. We'll go for the Marketplace. Okay, so Solmit has to make a decision. Does he go out into the boat? So, if we go to the boat this round, which we're actually blocked off, so it's not going to work. Okay, our decision's been made for us, I guess. Not intentionally, but never mind. We're just going to wait here. Keep the Ghost Dragons for the extra speed. Put all of our spell points back. Gonna move Coronius in this direction. And yeah, I need to find something to do with these scouts. But we are going to get into that boat next round. What I should have done actually is check Summon Boat spell. Double check we don't have that. So no Summon Boat in this town. In this town, also none. So yeah, I think we just don't have it at all. Unless someone unexpectedly has it in their inventory. No, okay. Alright. Feels a bit wasteful with some of our scouts, but we are kind of threatened, so we just have to play it a bit careful. So Tan does not land, but has a few scary looking heroes. That one looks particularly tough. Green didn't seem to move at all. Purple quite strong, but goes back in. Okay, so what's going on there? So Tan, pretty strong. Where else did they land? They landed there. That's Ash. Everyone's got enchanters. So Ash is not at all one of their strongest. That's actually really scary because she's not weak. 5 to 9 angels. Good stack of marksmen too. Okay, Eovacius is going to go to this because I think we really do want navigation. Then we're going to go for Mage Guild level 4. Hope for Town Portal. So, no luck, but we do get Water Walk, which I don't know what to think. Because we could have avoided navigation, possibly, but the thing is, if we avoid navigation, we can't go to any of this stuff. We can't go... well, we can, but we're going to have so much fewer movement points. So I think Water Walk alone doesn't get the job done. We are going to go back, get our new spells. Start moving in this direction. Take our units back. Okay, is it worth stopping off at the Learning Stone? I think we can maybe do it on our way back, but first thing I want to do is go and take this on. So 50 to 99 Archmagi, I'm hoping with... yeah, with our speed, that is actually fine. Definitely go for logistics over offense, and we do get 6 enchanters. That was completely free, apart from the movement points, of course. There is also an ore pit up there that I think we should go for. And a free boat if we want to. We're going to stay on land for now. We might as well hire the elves. Okay, so back to Torosar, we go into this base, we're going to pick up all of the archers, could maybe pick up the pikemen too, I think probably does make sense. Then we go across, pass these over. and that should be easily strong enough now to take these on. They actually want to join us. So yeah, I think that's part of the shenanigans with this map, is definitely a lot of units will join you if you take them on, and I think that does allow the AI to kind of snowball a bit. Pathfinding, which we already have, okay. Tenor there, which is great. Imps don't want to fight us. I think we should fight these because we might end up using Andor. I know this is not the best use of time, but this map is scary, and I think we want as many good heroes as possible. Our morale is actually pretty bad. Okay, forced to attack. Let's go for magic arrow on these, and let's weaken them some more. That's them pretty much dead. Okay, so they come forward. They're not strong enough to get a kill. Those miss their turn through morale, but that's fine. Okay, that's not so fine. Okay, gonna be forced to take a hit here, I think. Go for magic arrow again, or in fact, we could have just killed them with these. Okay, never mind. We can go back to the magic well if we want to. Yeah, a few archdevils guarding a guardhouse. I feel like that's only there to be recruited by a diplomat, because that's a really strange one. Although I guess there are some artifacts in there, low-level resources there, but Black Shard of the Dead Knight is not that good. There is a prison there, which I didn't really think about till now. But if we can take that on, I think we kind of have to go for that. I'm almost tempted to go for luck just to give ourselves the best chance possible, because this is not necessarily an easy fight. We could go back to this first, but 22 spell points I think should be enough. I think this is worth going for. Pretty tempted to dismiss the pixies. That morale was just bad. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of those. Okay, let's go for this. We do have to tuck someone into a town, so I guess we could do that with Coronius. Okay, so Cassiopeia is going to go into this. I should have picked up the XP first, but never mind. Let's split these up into as many stacks as possible. Then I think Loinus could come back to the town. Yeah, we'll send Loinus to the town. Swap these two around. So Sanya's chosen not to land, but we don't have any wood. Definitely it's our priority to go for the prison, because if we get a lot of units from this, we can start really opening a lot of this stuff up. Let's go for it. So lots of losses are expected, which doesn't surprise me. It's a very strong stack. Almost as many as there could have been, so we were expecting up to 50. So this is not great for us. Go for a full powered shot on those. Gonna send these down to block. Okay, so these now get 2 moves in a row. So they're focusing down the crewmates. They also have good morale. Annoyingly good morale, but bad luck does help us slightly. Not a good situation for the pirates. Just gonna wait. Gonna stay where we are. Could try going for slows and things, but I think just keep doing magic arrows. Okay, so they're probably going to focus down the pirates. No, they do come for these stacks. They're not going for the 1 stack, which is great because we're going to be relying on the archers for damage. These are able to shoot again. Okay, we're going to go for magic arrow against these. I'm assuming this is the same kind of rules as the other prisons, because there is a bit of a pattern in this map, which is most towns have a witch hut with navigation next to them, for example. I'm assuming all the prisons work the same way. It could be slightly different here because obviously this is not a starting town, but my assumption is this is really going to be worth doing. Okay, so next round begins. They've now got through to our archers. focus down the strongest stacks we can. Okay, so this frees the archers up to kill these, and we have a chance of killing these off, which we don't get, and we do take a loss. Then we kill them off. Okay, basic earth magic, that's great. We can't reach that, but we can pick up some ore. Okay, so we have lots of ore, which is probably what we want, because Dragon Cliffs is really all about the ore, but we do need some crystal. So we do have crystal coming in from this, but we are going to need another source, I think. Up in that direction, a throng of walking dead guarding the monolith. Could maybe send Eovacius in that direction. I shouldn't be too reluctant to go south though, because I feel like we could take that on. However, we don't really gain too much. If we got the Admiral's hat, that would be brilliant, but with that many units, it's almost certain it should have a chance to flee. So I'm not sure we want to do that. I think Soulmist should stay mostly in place, but we are going to go ahead and pick up 1000 XP. That gets us access to Earth Magic, which we'll definitely go for. Then we can still get back to the base. Okay, we're going to send Linus out. And we're going to give Soulmare as many movement points as possible, just in case. Then Coronius can also go to this. Really not got a lot to do, as you can probably tell. Okay, so Eovacius have to decide what do we do with his movement points. His movement points are extremely precious. We don't need extra spell points, so we're fine to avoid that. If we go north, we get Walking Dead. There's a university there, but we've got no skill slots at all left now. But we've got Earth Magic, we've got Logistics, we've got Offense. I feel like that's a pretty good set of skills. I think that's fine. If we were to go north, we could take on the Liches. I would really hope those would offer to join us, but we'd have to pay a lot. So I don't think that really benefits us. I am tempted to go through the monolith, but there will be something on the other side, which could be tougher. It's only one turn away. If we go south, there's another homestead there. And we could stop Green taking all this stuff, but like I said, I'm not sure we really want to do that, because we would take some losses, maybe too many losses. Thing is, Eovacius does have to get things done. Kind of our win condition. If we were to try and save up for a level 5 mage guild, we need a big chunk of mercury from somewhere. Maybe the Cyclops stockpile, but I think she's probably already gone for that. We can get some mercury there, but it's got a bit of a tough guard. There is some mercury just there. Okay, so I think we do stay in this part of the map, and I think we should keep moving, so we're going to go north. Then back to this town. I'm almost tempted by the resource silo, but I'd be a lot more tempted if there were still more gold piles around, which there aren't so many now. So I'm going to do this sensible thing. Move slightly further down. Do the sensible thing and just end the turn there. So red tan does not land, which is good because they're very weak, and that would have just been annoying to chase down. That tan hero does get a Pandora's box. And that, I'm guessing, is just a scout. Green is back on the water with some kind of necromancer. Okay, so Cassiopeia, it's time to do some scouting. I'm sure she'll be killed. But let's get ourselves through here. And let's just open up as much of this as possible. See what we can find out. Okay, these go all over the place, not surprising, but there are a lot of them. So I think there's an obvious choice, which is this one. We land next to the town gate, and we can kind of go where we want. Although, we could land there, get a crystal cavern. That's 2 turns away though. There's a crystal cavern there too. But that's probably Green's lands. Will almost certainly be killed. We can land near this, but don't think there's much point. We could land on this, but Tan has just been there. Can reach that in one round. We can look through the monolith. However, Zydar's right there, and almost certainly just lands, so we're not going to do that. These choices, not too appealing. I feel like this is going to be hard to keep up with. This is pretty much nothing. So yeah, it's going to be this. I hope there's no one there. This is someone's land, so someone could come attack us. But we're probably going to send her through to High Castle. Okay, back to Eovacius. Gonna go for this. First, actually, let's go back to Torosar. Let's go pick this up. So 4 Mercury, that's a lot less than I was hoping for. Need to put someone in town, so let's go back to where we were. Linus goes into the town. Now we're free to open this up. So this gets us our first Necromancer, who comes with not 1 power stack, but 3 kind of okay stacks, although 35 whites is really good. We need to get this guy across to our Necromancer base. That is a very obvious thing to do. He also starts with Animate Dead and Death Ripple. So this is an awesome hero. We need to get this guy back somehow. What's the best way to do that? We could go down to... There was a boat there, but it's been... I guess it's been summoned, but we do want to get onto the water. We could grab that boat, but it's 3 turns away. Something else we could do is we could pass him the better units, and... We could probably take on the Archdevils, but there's just no point. Yeah, we could pass him the stack of archers, but the morale would just be too bad. Okay, we're going to definitely try and make use of this hero, but let's stick with the units we have. Basic interference. Interference could be good. But this is one of those maps where you need navigation, so I'm going to be a bit reluctant on that. I think we should go for navigation now. Okay, so we got ourselves a really good hero there that we need to try and hang on to. This guy's now more of a scout. I don't remember going to that, but never mind. We can go... Probably shouldn't take on those rocks, and it doesn't really get us that much if we do. If we go for Hellhounds instead, Galthran could probably do that. Is that near a yellow portal? It's not far off. Although before we decide, we do need to know if this is actually safe. Because the alternative is we come out there, and then we just go north, although that's also a pretty safe way to do it. Okay, so Jeremy is going to come back towards the town, I think. There's other stuff we could claim, but probably not much point. Okay, so level 5 Mage Guild, not happening anytime soon. There is some Mercury there, so it could happen next turn, actually. We're going to go towards that. Andal's going to go for the chest. Jeremy, I think, goes south. We should do some scouting. If Jeremy needs to run off, he has enough units that he should survive the first round. And I do want to know what's going on to the south. Okay, that really just leaves Coronius, who doesn't have too much to do. I guess we... No, we're not strong enough to take that on. If we go towards... the Tomb of Souls, there's nothing there for now. So we can't use those to back us up. I guess we could take some units off Soulmare. So let's take 4 Nymphs. And... we should probably take something else, but there's not too much else available. Okay, so Soulmare could move up in this direction just to be prepared to attack Sanya, but no, we stay here till the start of next week. I think that strategy still makes sense. I am going to send Eovacius up to take these on because it should be very easy to do. Should be a lot of XP, and should let us explore a bit more of the map. Let's just actually have a look. Is that the same one? Where was it? So one of these yellow portals took us to here. So that is the kind of Ripley one, if that makes sense. That's a Ripley one, and this is kind of a sparkly one. So we don't know where this goes. I do want to know where this goes. They don't want to fight us. We should fight them. We shouldn't need to take any losses at all. So it's 2 stacks. Our bad morale has finally caught up to us. Okay, which stack do we get rid of? I'm trying to figure out if we could take on the Ogre Magi. I think maybe not. Does Bless help us? Clone feels a bit indulgent. Okay, 47 to 58 kills. we go for Bless, that's probably going to be about 65 kills. It's probably safe. 62 kills. So 14 hit us back. We should survive that. Yeah, we do. Okay. 28 kills against these. If they do a lot back, we can just run off. How much did they do? Barely anything. Okay, so we go for these, kill them off. Then we can kill these off too. Great, okay, so that actually gets us some more resources, which I had no idea was going to happen, but now I really want to take on more fights like that. Okay, let's see what this is. Let's get it right now. Nope, we still can't afford it. Still need one more Mercury. Okay. In that case, pack of Naga Queens. University we can't use. I'm gonna go through here. So, a Throng of Cyclops, that's nowhere near on the same level. That's really disproportionately strong. But yeah, this map's full of so many weird hidden bonuses. I could go for the attack, which I think I will. Then I start moving back, and I can still reach next turn. Okay, so that just leaves Solmir, who's going to stay in place. We should keep building. So we want to make sure we have enough to go for the Mage Guild. First priority is the Necropolis town. All of Darkness. I think we play it safe. We're going to go for the Marketplace. Then we go for the Blacksmith here. Then we end the turn. Okay, so they've finally gone for the Magic Forest. Tan has landed, which is really annoying because we have to chase her down, and Tan's main has stopped off somewhere else. Purple didn't move. We seem to be safe here, but I want to find out a bit more. So it's possibly where red came from. I think we can afford to go slightly further. Just remind myself how this works. So we've still got plenty of movement points for this. Very much red's lands. Okay, this is about as far as we can go. No, actually we can go way further. I misunderstood that. Purple's been here too, and there is a warehouse of gold. But we don't have too many spare movement points. We could upgrade some units too. This appears to be a bit of a dead end. We'll move slightly further. So, could we be trapped in here? I think it's pretty unlikely. There is actually a warehouse of Mercury up there. Navigation. Okay. I think we should be fairly safe if we don't go through there just yet. So we're going to move to here. We should be able to run off. If someone comes from the west, there's a chance they could reach us, but honestly, it's not a particularly important hero, so I think that's fine. Okay, so back to Torosar, we're going to go and pick up the Mercury, then we go back to this base, we're going to go for Mage Guild level 5. Hope for Dimension Door. Summon Earth Elemental. Okay, that could actually be pretty good. And that does make me want to go for the Magic Spring. So yeah, we go back to this. Pick up the spells, and then I think we start moving south. Have to be a bit careful with Jeremy. Oh, of course. I've built the wrong thing. I should have saved up for the Dragon Cliffs. I should have done some trading, because we're going to miss out on a few green dragons. I mean, you can kind of argue it either way, but I think that would have been better. So I kind of regret that. So where has green gone? There's crystals up for grabs just there. Okay, but it's guarded. Don't just want to throw Jeremy away, so I have to be a bit careful, although it's only going to cost us 2,000 gold to get him back. Basic scouting. I guess we could. Okay, so we could start moving back just to keep him safe. If we were to send Eovacius down here, there's not really that much. Maybe this could be good, because it's very heavily guarded. We are level 15 now. So if that wants us to be level 15, that's probably doable. I think I should leave a stack behind. I think it's probably got to be the green dragons. Okay, so green dragons are left behind. We go straight to the south. Although, before we do, we should go to this. So we now have 400 spell points and summon Earth Elemental, which should keep us safe in the vast majority of fights we could get into. Then we go for the gold there. And gonna go for this wood too. Okay, so back to Galthran. We'll go to this. Okay, so Hellhounds, we could probably break through, then we get on a boat. Does cost us 10 wood. If we were to go south instead, that does still work, and I do want to break through this because this could be a lot of gold, like a lot. Imp Cache is barely worth visiting, but at the same time, we probably should. Let's see how we do. Okay, so a few losses expected. I'm going to try and save as many as I can. So we get all the first moves. If we go for this, we kill these off. These, I'm sure, can kill these off. Rest of our stacks. If they get morale, I don't think we can keep these safe no matter what, but we're still going to try and form a bit of a barrier. Okay, so no morale, we can go for these. We can't reach those. Okay, that's a bit of a screw up. Gonna have to sacrifice a stack, I think. Never mind. Okay, so one loss. We raise 22 skeletons. And we get some more things too. Okay, so leprechauns, let's take these on. Let's try and raise them. Ah, crap. That's meant to rearrange. Yeah, I could have taken some pretty easy skeletons from that, but never mind. So there are some leprechauns there too. There are some rogues, some boars. Throng of sea dogs we definitely shouldn't take on. Horde of manticores we're not ready for. Lots of nomads and 2 gold piles. I think we should go for. Okay, I'm gonna pass the archers across. I guess these two. They're gonna have low morale, but I think they're still better than 1 stacks. Okay, so do we go chase Sanya down? I think we probably should, but let's do it with someone like Loinus instead, and let's just take these things. Stop off some defense first, just in case. Okay, so Torosar's gonna go pick this up. I'm gonna take all of this. Then we start winding back round. Coronius goes back into the town, swaps around with Solmir. Going to dismiss the centaur, and just going to end the turn there, I think. Although before I do, of course, I should look into getting a few more buildings. So we go for the city hall here. This town does seem to be pretty safe. In terms of increasing our unit production, there's not much we could really do. Upgraded Hall of Darkness I do want to do, but do we need to do that right now? Not necessarily. I think we go for City Hall. Okay. End the turn there. So, red is hopping around. I'm sure someone's going to come and attack us pretty soon. Because this is being surprisingly nice to us so far. There's green, again. Okay. Still no sign of trouble. We're going to go west, and we are just going to grab this. And I'm tempted to just keep going. But we can afford to get back for now. Alright, so we should take Sanya on. We're easily strong enough. Let's just go for it. Some losses expected. We'll see what we can do. That does explain the losses, never mind. Haste is not going to help us enough. Magic Arrow does kill them off. Okay, we'll go for basic earth magic. We'll take this back, and we'll go take this back too. And then I could take these with me, get on the boat, but can't actually get to it this round, which is really annoying because we can go a bit further on the path. Okay, we're going to go to Tomb of Souls instead. Okay, back to Galthran. We're going to take on the Nomads. Okay, could have done without that start. That's quite a few losses. Okay, we're going to defend. Send these forward. So this stack is going to get to go twice, which is going to be kind of bad. I need some better spells. Animate Dead alone is not going to help us that much. Should have also protected the liches instead of the archers. Fortunately, they are going to go for the skeletons. Okay, this is a perfect hit. Okay, so 33 losses to the skeletons. We're going to go for basic wisdom. We get 10 skeletons back, which is not amazing, but we're now free to move on. Can't really take on the Wyvern Monarchs. I think we'll make our way there slowly, and we'll just open up as much as we can in the meantime. So this fight should be fine. We'll accept that. We'll go for advanced earth magic, 5 skeletons. Get some sulfur. Okay, so back to Andal, we're going to claim this. 3,500 gold and 2,500. Torasar goes for this. And might as well claim this too. Okay, so there was not really much in the way of movement to the south, and I think this island does just keep going. If we follow this path, we probably get right the way into Green's lands. Maybe that's the next thing to do. We could open some of this stuff up. First, we have to actually spend some resources, so I think this is the turn where we send Solmir into a boat, and we're going to go and start being aggressive with Solmir too. Because for now he's just kind of sat here, he's not really getting much done. I think we want to upgrade our Hall of Darkness. Get a big stack of Dread Knights. Get 2 more Ghost Dragons. Definitely all the Vampires. The Power Liches. So all of this stuff should be passed to Galthran at some point. But I think in the meantime, we just see what we can do with Solmir. There are a few extra Vampires we could pick up. Okay, so Cassiopeia, I think I am willing to risk this a bit more. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this, but her purpose is to scout, and there is a monolith there. See if we can reach it. Yes, we can. Okay, so this actually takes us to a completely unexplored space. Which is weird because this is open, someone has been here, but there's an unguarded town there, so we're well on our way to taking our 4th town, and I think this is a pretty good place to stop because we've definitely got a foothold in this map now. There are some really scary heroes moving around. Not sure how many we can really take on, but I think Eovacius, with the help of the Summon Earth Elemental spell, should be just about strong enough, and we've got 3, possibly even 4 really potentially strong heroes, so I think we're in a good position. But we're going to end the episode there, so thanks for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed. Do check the playlist link in the description where you will be able to find any further parts. That is all for now, I'll see you in part 3.